Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mendte. We continue our conversation now with Republican candidate for governor Jack Ciattarelli. I will say this, you have already gotten the attention of the Democrats because they've been putting out press releases about you immediately. Right after you announced there was a press release out. I wanted you to deal with both of them because they said different things, although it was a common theme. The first one said that you own Chris Christie's legacy, that everything Chris Christie did, you helped do. How do you respond?
Anybody that follows inside Trenton politics knows that's not true. But here's the benefit of having a 20-month runway, because you talked about in our first episode that this is atypical to declare this early. No one's going to define Jack Ciattarelli. Only Jack Ciattarelli is going to define Jack Ciattarelli. But I do take it as a compliment that they're already firing away. You
know this isn't going away. Because it was a winning strategy in the last election to tie Kim Guadagno. It was much easier to do, to tie Kim Guadagno to Chris Christie and to Donald Trump. That seems to be happening again with you. So you're going to expect this for the next several months.
Well, you kind of answered the question for me. Kim was Chris Christie's lieutenant governor for 8 years. It's one of the reasons why I challenged her. There was no escaping the Christie albatross for Kim.
The other one just came out yesterday, and that is that you have said in the past that Donald Trump wasn't fit for office. You were out there saying you don't support Donald Trump, and yet you were in Wildwood shaking the hands of his supporters, and they thought that was a flip-flop on your part.
I think it was Chris Christie that said 4 years ago that Donald Trump didn't have the temperament for the office and that his policies were ridiculous.
He was running against him, though.
I think it was Lindsey Graham that said that he was going to be the destruction of the Republican Party. The president has earned my support. He's been very successful on the national level with various policies, whether it's the economy, the need for borders, playing hardball with China, the war on ISIS. I will tell you this, for me to be an effective governor of the state of New Jersey and advocating for 9 million people, I need to have a working relationship with the president. And when I do, I want to talk to him about things that are very important to New Jerseyans. We'd like him to reconsider the SALT deduction. We want it restored. We want funding for the Gateway Project. And we don't want offshore drilling. Those are three issues on which all New Jerseyans agree.
Do you think, so assume that Donald Trump gets reelected. So let's make that assumption. That makes your campaign stronger because you can make the argument that you just made that you would have a better relationship with the president than the current governor. If he loses, does it hurt?
Well, let me say this. I don't think that you can advocate for the people of New Jersey if you keep poking the president of the United States in the eye, as this governor has done. Governor Murphy's attorney general has sued the Trump administration no less than 12 times. How do you expect to then turn around and get funding for the Gateway Project, or make a case to restore the SALT deduction, or not have the federal government allow for offshore drilling? So I think it's incumbent upon every governor in all 50 states to have a working relationship with the President of the United States.
You ran last time. I assume you still have your infrastructure in place. I mean, have you been ready now for, what, 4 years?
We've been planning for months, and of course, January 21st made it official. But this time around, we're bigger and even better.
Will you be, do you assume that Kim Guadagno is going to run again?
I wouldn't assume that.
No?
But I don't worry about anybody else getting in. I just worry about Jack Ciattarelli resonating with the voters.
I was surprised because we interviewed her, and she said she was still thinking about it. That's why I was surprised. So you haven't put together a list of, I might be running against this person, I might be running against this person, and you wouldn't change your campaign depending on who you're running against for the nomination?
I have put together that list. There's only one person on it, Phil Murphy.
Do you expect him to be primaried?
I do not.
Because other people do. I mean, it's interesting you say that because George Norcross has come out and said he should expect to be primaried.
We'll see. The fact that he won the battle over who the state chair is and the fact that he just picked up an important endorsement from the Essex County executive tells me there will not be a primary challenge. But as they say in this business of politics, never say never.
Good luck to you, sir.
Larry,
thank you so much. I always appreciate you coming in. Jack Ciattarelli, Republican candidate for governor in New Jersey. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come on Jersey Matters, a new program to help the elderly stay on the road longer. We'll explain when Jersey Matters continues.